Hey guys, I thought I would do a video on this particular VHD player because I haven't seen a video on YouTube on this one, and it is one that does pop up every now and then, so I thought it'd be useful to show you guys how this thing operates. So what this is National DP-900. This is an earlier model VHD player because look at the size of this thing. like the dimensions, the arm. This is supposedly from 84 according to Laserdisc database. This does not have any auto loading. This is a manual loader, and the stylus here, I'll just show this now. This is how you open it on this player. The stylus used here is actually a different kind than what you might used to be seeing with the later national players. This one's much beefier. If I could focus, the camera will focus. The cartridge is much beefier. The layer stylus carts used are a little more flimsy, admittedly. Yeah, that's good. I got this because I always wanted one of these older national models. It was only 3,000 yen on Yahoo auctions, and that's pretty darn good, I would say. It even came with the remote here. This is the remote to this unit. So this did kind of work out of the gate. Let me just turn this on. Yeah, there's a worm gear assembly down there. That's attached to the motor. The worm gear assembly is, motor driven. It's by a belt. That belt can dry out over time. This thing is basically 40 years old, so 40-year-old rubber is never gonna work right. So that just had to get replaced, but it's a whole, you gotta take like everything apart to get down to that assembly to replace it. If I ever come across another one of these, like same chassis and all, I'll be sure to do a video on that, because it's definitely, you just gotta be patient and remember everything goes. It's one of those things. So, but anyway, that assembly, it's attached to a solenoid, and depending on, and it will control either the load and unload operation, and it will control the arm movement in playback. So that's how that works. Anyway, enough talk. Let's show how this thing works. I'm using this guy here. This is one of those information special discs. This is a layer issue. This one is one-sided. The caddy is completely clear, so you can see the disc inside. And no fancy auto loading like the later nationals had, which is really cool. But as in the auto loading of that is really cool. Yeah, and as you see, it's manual load like the CED format, but you got that little spring there to push the caddy back like that. So it's not like CED where that expected you to do it all yourself. So this disc is not very long, as you see. It's only like 30 minutes. There's the second gen intro, and that's the intro that comes with it, that starts out these layer info discs. I've been really digging this player with how it's been handling discs. It does seem to handle skips pretty well. Whereas I like to use the Victor there for archiving, because I still feel that delivers the best for picture and color on this format, but I have been liking how this thing handles skips, so I think I'm gonna use this in my arsenal at some point. And yeah, I almost forgot. Big thing with this is that it has a time display. It shows you the chapters. The only thing is that, you know, you on the remote here, Moldo, you can change the modes. So there's a time, there's the fields. However, on this player, I can't get it to disappear once I get it to appear. And yeah, it will change on the display. So, and the only way to get rid of that is if I hit eject, and then when I restart it, it will start back up, you know, regularly. So all the lights here, this means the side. So if when I have side 2 in, that will light up. This is stereo, so that will light up when there is a stereo, you know, track on the. Well, this format is inherently stereo, but that will light up when the soundtrack is encoded in stereo. If this had dual audio, those were lights up here. I see there's an AHD light here, so if I have one of those discs, that would theoretically light up if I played it back. I don't know what this means, admittedly. That never changes, so I guess it's just part of the display here. Lift that down. I think this is just all karaoke crap. Kids got their mics here. Yeah, mics 1, 2. Headphone. So this is the headphone jack. I took Japanese for a year, right before I got into the dead format, incidentally enough, but so I can still kind of read katakana, which is what that those characters are. So something I want, so I used this disc in particular, so I wanted to show something that's interesting with this player. So how this format does one-sided discs is the spine here is spaced out so that it tells the player, you know, what side 1, what side 2. If the disc is PAL or NTSC, it will also, so it's this space in here that tells it if it comes across a dead side, being that there's no information recorded on that side. If you insert this as it is into like a, you know, the typical VHD player you come across, like the later national models, the Victor up there, it will not attempt to play the dead side. However, on this player, it actually will play the dead side, you know, as is. And it will still indicate side 2 and all. And you can access the dead side organically that way. Because otherwise, you have to, how I've done it, is extract the spine and then, you know, put it in inverted, so that tricks the layer players to play the dead side. Now, when this player, when it comes across the encode, it won't automatically go into unload. It will flash the eject button, and then you have to press it. For better or for worse, not a bad feature to have. So yeah, like I said, this thing, I have been really liking it the more I use it. So currently in my setup, I imported a National DP-350 that I was able to fix, and I've been liking that more than the 300, so that's been the National hooked up in my system. But so I'm still not sure where to put this, because I can see it's on the floor here on top of my top front-loading U-matic. So I don't know where I'm going to put this, but it's definitely one I would like to keep. The final disc I like to demo here. This is a special one, as you can see. This is Paul Simon in Concert, the unreleased US VHD. So they were going to release this in the United States in like '82, but ultimately JVC got cold feet and aborted the project. But they still pressed a bunch of discs for it, and I know the Media Hoarder has the prototype US player. So this one can be inserted as is in these players, and even though this concert is an hour long, they still split it across both sides, and you'll see. Oh no. Okay, well, it didn't do that last night, but I mean, this disc was always kind of dirty. So, as you see, this is how it's handling this. It definitely handles that better than like the Victor and the DP-300. The 300 with the dirty disc, I've noticed stag would build up in the right channel, but that doesn't happen on this player, so that's automatically an upgrade in my book. Yeah, and I talked over it, but this was the intro that their VHD program was going to use. And it skips. That was the intro that the VHD programs was going to use for their titles that they released. And this concert did not get a Japanese VHD release, so this is the only way to experience it on glorious VHD. And as the back says, in where is it? Recorded live in brilliant VHD stereo. You gotta love that verbiage. And yeah, you have the chapter skip the remote. You can see the arm jump. This is really cool. I only won this disc for like $5. Pretty lucky. Anyway, I think I'll just stop it there because I'm kind of running out of things to show. Showed everything that there is to see on this player. I just want to... Let's not do that on the rare disc, Austin. I just want to make people aware of this player, that if you do come across it, it is a good find. I'm having positive experiences with this. It does handle skips pretty well in my book. So yeah, and I guess last thing I'll mention, it does have these LEDs, and the cover does have this little panel here, so you can see the disc kind of illuminated by the LEDs, but it's such a weak effect that it's kind of not worth it in my opinion. But it is what it is. They put it in there for the effect, so that people can be like, "Oh, look at the disc spinning," and the the lighting just kind of helps show off the disc a little bit. So that's all I have. I don't know if I'll be doing any transfers from this player. Again, I still feel like the higher end Victor players produce the best picture, and incidentally, I have a Victor VHD V1. They're a QX player waiting for me in the Zen Market warehouse, so I'll be importing that sometime soon, and I'll see how that looks. But I'll definitely be using this player for just general VHD watching. So just wanted to bring this to your attention. If you do get one, it's probably going to need that belt changed and a re-greasing. That I did apply new white lithium grease. So thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day or night, whenever you're watching this.